Hey everyone, it's Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another Booker Longlist book review for you, and that is for Booth by Karen Joy Fowler. This is a 480 page book, and it is about, or centers around, John Wilkes Booth and the assassination of President Lincoln. So the first 58 pages, we're looking at John Wilkes Booth's family before he was born, and we follow two main characters, Asia and Rosalie. And according to the author, Rosalie was the most fictitious character out of all the ones that were included. And even though he wasn't born yet, he was still kind of there, if that makes sense. Because, as an American, you know the history, you know what's coming. So we're following this family saga through the eyes of Asia and Rosalie. We also get little chapters dispersed throughout where we can see where Lincoln's at in his campaign and getting elected and, leading up to the Emancipation Proclamation and things like that. And we learn about the Booth family and all of the theater and Shakespeare plays that they were into and things like that. So the first 100 pages, I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad. I could get into this. I tried to go in with an open mind because I had heard not great things about this book. So my expectations were extremely low. And I was so happy because the audiobook is narrated by January LaVoy, who does the Diviners series, which is one of my all-time favorite series. And she is a phenomenal voice actor. So I feel like she is what got me through this book. After that, it's 350, 380 pages of really not that much happening. I was so bored. And I got through this, I think in 2.5 days, because I just wanted it to be done. And my library book was due. There's just a lot of unnecessary info. I didn't need all of this extra filler about the theater and Shakespeare and Hamlet and all these things. And then in the author's note, she said that she didn't want to center John Wilkes Booth. However, I feel like she ended up doing that. I mean, it's about literally the blurb on, or the synopsis on Goodreads, it says, from the Man Booker finalist, blah, 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 comes an epic and intimate novel about the family behind one of the most infamous figures in American history, John Wilkes Booth. And he was born on page, I think, 59, and so we hear about him through 95% of the book. And I feel like the characters just fell really flat, and I wasn't invested in any of them. I just didn't care. There were a few scenes that I did enjoy, but nothing really happened in this book. And I consider myself to be a character-driven reader, so if not a lot happens, but I'm really enjoying the characters, or it's a great character study, I can jump on board with that. But this was neither. And even, the inevitable scene where Lincoln is assassinated. I mean, I don't think that's a spoiler. We all know that story. I feel like it was very anticlimactic. It was like, oh, that happened. And then there's the falling action and you're done. So I really don't have a lot to say about this book. I just thought it was really boring. I don't think it was a bad book. The writing was very simple and straightforward. It wasn't overly flowery or trying to be something that it's not. I just feel like the execution of this book just was not it. And trying to not center him didn't really work out with this, because I feel like she ended up centering him. So, yeah, I'm never reading this book again. It was incredibly boring. And like I said, the only thing that got me through was the angelic January Lavoie. And if you have a chance to listen to any audiobook where she is a narrator, do yourself a favor and listen. She's fantastic. And she brought a little bit of life to the characters that the text did not. So I really think that is the reason why I got through this as fast as I did and was able to just really push through. So I'm not going to give this a rating, but it's a little bit below average for me. I'll put it that way. Not a horrible book, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I think you'd be better off just reading a biography of Lincoln or some historical texts about that time period and the Emancipation Proclamation and the events leading up to it. So, have you read this book? If so, please let me know. If you'd like to leave an emoji, drop a bird emoji down below. As always, if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button if you'd like. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.